Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, What the Beck. Today I'm wearing my fursuit, and that's because I'm going to talk about how I became a furry, or like the story of how I became a furry. So it all started in about 2015, I believe. I was in high school. Oh, here's baby. I was in high school, and my friend introduced me to the furry fandom by showing me pictures of Telephone, and I thought Telephone was really cute, and I liked the squeaker box or like the reed that she uses to make her noise. Nowadays, I think that's kind of overdone and annoying, but back then I thought it was really cute, and I could see the appeal of it, but I didn't really participate in the fandom at that point. I had a friend called Dustin who was really into like the furry fandom, and I kind of experienced it mostly from him, and he would send me art, and I was like one of the only people that wouldn't bully him about it, which is kind of sad, but in the end, we're all furries, so that's fine. Later on, when I went to college in 2017, I met my friend Kiba, and I tweet about Kiba all the time, so much to the point that he gets confused for my boyfriend, which is not our relationship, we're just really close friends. But I met Kiba in college, and he invited me to go to a convention called FursonaCon. And I thought it was going to be like a business opportunity to sell my crochet stuff. And I brought a bunch of dice bags for like D&D to sell, and I actually ended up kind of mooching off of Kiba's table at the artist alley at that convention, but I didn't sell too much. But even though I didn't make a profit off of it, I still had a lot of fun, and I wanted to go back. And I also had fun because that convention happens to be in Virginia Beach, which is where my partner lives, so I got to visit him, which also made me want to go back the next year. So after that convention, we decided to go to a couple more, and I think we went to 4 or 5 more before Corona happened. And at each convention, we would try to get spots at the artist alley or later on the dealer's den because we wanted to sell our art. Kiba is like a visual artist, and he does commissions, and I wanted to sell my plushies and stuff, which, if you can't tell, I really like plushies. But the problem was, over time, we had more and more things to sell, and my things take up a lot of space because they are usually stuffed, because plushies sell best at conventions as compared to like blankets or other stuff like that. But basically, our car was always packed full of stuff, and that was especially true once we both had our own fursuit, because a fursuit takes up like a whole suitcase, and then you have to add all of your supplies for your last minute fursuit making at conventions, as well as your clothes, your like snacks and stuff. But basically, our car was always really full whenever we went to a convention, and we were like, there's probably a better way to do these convention things. So at that point, Kiba had been making fursuit parts on commission as his own business, but we had already lived together for a while, and we thought it would be a good idea to work together. And so we made Feral Candy Fursuits, which is our joint fursuit making business. And we currently take commissions, and we are also going to be working on some pre-made fursuits. But yeah, that's when I kind of knew, okay, I think I'm a furry. First of all, I have all this art of my Fursona Sprank, and I like to draw furries a lot more than I like to draw people or other typical subjects of drawings. I have my fursuit, obviously, and I also have 2 in the works, maybe 3. And I am just having a lot of fun with this fandom. I think it's a great way to express yourself. As you can tell, my fursona is kind of some aspects of me, and it's helping me as like a coping mechanism, and not as much of escapism as like idealism. Like, look at me, I'm a cute rainbow cat. I eat donuts every day in the canon of my mind. What more could you ask for? I think the furry fandom is also really good because it's very inclusive and like this big rejection of cringe culture. Like, I remember when people would get bullied for being furries, not just my friend, but other friends that I had that liked to draw animals were like accused of being furries, and that was a bad thing for some reason. But nowadays, I think there's a lot more acceptance. Not that it's like a marginalized group, but just that people are more open to other interests. And I think it's really fun to just like save up my friends' ref sheets and doodle them when they're having a bad day. That's one of my favorite things to do. It's weird to think that now, like 3 years after I first became like fully immersed in the furry fandom, I now have a fursuit studio in my house. I work making fursuits and furry art, and I'm just having a great time with this fandom. I don't think that I'll leave the fandom at any point because even though there are like things that go on and like rumors and stuff, at the core of it, it's really just a way for me to have fun and draw cute animals. And I really enjoy that, and I enjoy the little bubble I've made for myself on Twitter. That's maybe not totally unproblematic, but at least they're nice to people. I also really like how the furry fandom is super accepting of the LGBT community because look at this. Do you see this? We're all gay here. I have been identifying as LGBT for over 6 years now, I think. That's weird to think about. And there are a lot of people like me in the fandom, and that makes me feel safe and loved, and it makes it more of a welcoming space to know that there are other people like me there that will, you know, push for pronouns in bio and other things like that. Okay. So I just want to end the video by showing off a couple of the really cool Sprink merch pieces that I have, because I want to show like how invested I am in my character, because look at him. He's so cute. He's a good boy. Okay, this one is really hard to show on camera, but this is an enamel pin that I made recently, and it's just a cute little Sprink, and he has his ear cut off, and Kiba let me borrow a Posca paint pen so I didn't have to use a teeny tiny paintbrush, which I appreciate immensely. I'll drop that on the floor now. Next I have an anti-Sprink plushie. I made this one myself, and he's made of sparkly yarn. Look at him. This is the evil version of Sprink. Oh boy. Oh my god. New challenge. I just do things in fursuit. Then we have little baby Sprink. Look at him. He's floppy. He's so cute. This is a prototype that we made so we could offer floppy friend plushies at Feral Candy. Look at him, baby. I also made this Sprink. This is my Fursona plush pattern, and this one is really old because this was before his ear was clipped, which was inspired by my cat, who's a rescue. And he's just a little friend. He hangs out with my partial when I'm not wearing it. And finally, baby Sprink. This one is a mass-produced plushie. He dropped his donut. It's just like a pastel rainbow cat, which is basically what Sprink is, if I can't drop him on the floor. But he has a pink spot on his eye. Look, just like me. We're twins. This is my baby. Good baby. And finally, Sprink Eat-A Bag. There are cat ears on it, but it's full of the like accessories and stuff that Sprink can wear right now. But it's just a bunch of pins to do with being LGBT and also just cute stuff, and furry stuff as well. It's not technically a themed bag, but it's Sprink and I love it. Okay, that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more furry themed videos or like furry content, let me know what to make, because I have the least amount of ideas for furry stuff. I have lots of ideas for Lolita stuff and sewing tutorials, not too much on the furry front, so let me know what you want to see me do, and I will read your comments. I always like and heart my comments, and I'll respond if you have something to say. I always like to hear what you say. Share this with your furry friends because it will also encourage me to make more furry stuff if more people want to watch it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
I think that would be good video content.
I have it, but it's in a matter of putting it on so that they'll be able to see it. He's gonna fall!
Why is baby sitting with the paper like that? Can I?
Yeah, take a picture of her. She's guarding it. She has a shield. I didn't know that she sat there. I thought she walked past and jumped off. My cat, everyone. I love her. Okay, what else do I have to say?